Hello and welcome to Leading with Women by EgoMonk. Joining us today is Luciane Moreira. She has been an HR professional for close to 2 decades now. With a career spanning multiple countries, she is currently a senior human resource business partner at the Red Bull headquarters in Austria. Her key areas of expertise includes intercultural management and HR strategies which are focused on business partner mindset, performance and change management. Thank you so much, Luciane, for joining us today. So, as I told my viewers, you have been in this field for a really long time, close to 2 decades. So, today, what according to you are the most critical competencies for HR leaders to have?
Yeah, the HR leaders, first of all, they are leader of business. As part of a top management team, they need to lead business as specialists, like which kind of clients or customers I have as a business, what is my business model, which kind of trends my industry will need. Yeah, based on these inputs, I can discuss eye to eye with my leaders, with my managers, which kind of needs in the HR field this department needs, right? So then, first of all, we need as HR leaders to be able to speak in the same business language, first. Second, we need to be the best communicators in the company as leaders as well, but we are specialists and experts in people. How people establish their relationships, which kind of human needs or human issues you can handle in our business environment. So based on it, I think HR leaders, they can support and coach the managers to better deal with human resources. The third one, it's the flexibility and how you can build some solutions in your daily basis. So HR managers, they are facilitators and also they support the business and also sustain the growth of the business, right? So then that's my opinion regarding the 3 core competencies for HR leaders. So first, business skills. Second, amazing communicators and expert in people. And third, this part of coaching the managers.
So now that you've highlighted these very important 3 aspects which every HR leader must have, you must have also seen them make a lot of mistakes. So in this, what are some of the most biggest or frequent mistakes which are being made with respect to organization culture and talent development?
Organizational culture wise, so normally we as HR leaders, we have many solutions to offer to our managers. So the first exercise that we need to be challenged is to understand what is the business need. What exactly my core business need from HR. Not only from HR, but which kind of practices are aligned with our culture aspects. What would be great in terms of talent management in order to strengthen our culture? What is part of our DNA as a company? Which part of our routine makes sense to encourage and also strengthen some talents? So what is our way to develop talents, right? So the first exercise is to better understand our DNA, our values as a company, what is our identity, and then reflect that in process to better manage talent, to better manage our leaders, and also to better manage our clients and our market in general. This means also that we need to manage our KPIs and our performance in a business side aligned with our internal culture. The most often mistake that I have seen through my years in HR, it's first practices pre-done, and this no check that we did not check before what would be better fit with our identity and our atmosphere in our company.
So, Lucian, tell me, we are in a dynamic world and we are in a world which is constantly changing. We are in the amidst a pandemic and working cultures. So much has rapidly changed. In this and in a post COVID world, what do you think are the emerging themes, trends, and challenges that HR leaders will have to now face?
Yeah, this environment right now is so uncertain, right? We cannot predict so much about the tools and also the trends that will come. But I would say that from now we have observed some changes in our HR tools. Yeah, how HR managers they will lead aspects as training, as compensation. Let's start by training. Corona basically speed up the process to adaptation for virtual environment, right? So meetings and trainings and so on. So I think it's something that we are not step back at all. I guess the organizations they need to be adaptable of this new world and this new trend. But the main challenge, in my opinion, it's not to handle and execute these trainings, but it's measure the effectiveness of these trainings, yeah, through these tools. So this is the first one. I would say the second one, it's also how to manage performance with the remote teams. So this is also a skill from a leadership that we need to invest more and more. So the presence, it's day by day less important, and then how we can improve our communication with our team and also these aspects to improve their engagement and commitment with the result in order to achieve and even increase the results. So obviously the leaders need to be really flexible and exercise the practice the empathy and also the human aspects, as I said before. So I would say also we have many challenges in terms of performance wise.
So leaders have to be more empathetic and have to show more flexibility because that is just the way forward.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubts about it.
Another question which we generally ask a lot of HR leaders, and I really want your opinion on, is there still a business case for diversity and inclusion? How can we ensure that such a pipeline of talent is present across multiple levels of all organizations?
In my opinion, my private opinion is like diversity. It's a aspect or it's a topic that we need to handle. Expand a little bit more the concept. Yeah, diversity, it's much more than skin color, race, or gender wise. Yeah, diversity, it's much more about how we can build teams with different mindsets. And different mindsets, it's much more than just the differences that we can recognize. Yeah, for example, people from other countries or even cultures, completely different cultures, they bring or they add a lot of value in our teams when they bring different mindset, different aspects to be explored and so on. So for me, diversity, first of all, needed to be explored in another way, not only with the rates and KPIs and so on.
All right. You spoke a lot about how it is the responsibility of HR leaders to facilitate managers and talk to them like equals and make sure that every employee puts their best foot forward. But in this, do you think the technology plays a role? How do you think software has been impacting the HR landscape? Are there technologies such as AI which are enabling personalized development journeys?
Yeah, I think there are many opportunities in technology right now, especially in that moment. Technology has been crucial for our environment or our context right now, because get the people closer and also able to perform in such times. So then I think it's crucial. But also there are some other opportunities that I think we need to explore better. For example, performance-wise, so we can cross some data. For example, how effective it's our hirings. So we can cross the data, like the people that we hired versus the performance that these people really delivered in 6 months, 4 months. Yeah, so that's the kind of potential. Also, we can explore even better technology in terms of measure our diversity in our teams. So how diverse we are. Again, not only measuring race, gender, and so on, but also being more creative and innovative in some aspects of diversity.
And I absolutely agree, Lucy. I think the fact that technology can be utilized to analyze what more can be done and can be analyzed and can predict that these are the changes which are required, I think that's great. Just to move on to a tangent, you are from Brazil, you are currently in Salzburg, Austria. You have also worked with clients across the globe. So, according to you, do you see a change in HR leadership or in talent management across regions?
Yeah, definitely we have many differences to highlight here. So let give me some examples like that. So I would say in talent management, I would highlight, first of all, what is the concept of talent in each country? Yeah, first, let's consider Brazil, for example. In Brazil, talent could have a set of skills differently than Europe, than Austria, right? So in Brazil, for example, we have a market, really dynamic market. We have economically past years an unstable environment in terms of economic environment. So that means that we need a professional or talents much more able to manage these situations, right? So this uncertainty, yeah, that's a completely different in Austria, that we have environment stable and we have economically aspects also balanced, so we don't need so much, of course, flexibility. It's always welcome, but we need less than we have in such environments like Brazil or some markets. So also these differences impact our practice in HR. Yeah, so for sure, Brazilian HRs, they have much more problems in terms of, okay, how develop this capacity to have a medium and long-term view in terms of business plan or strategic aspects to have in the planning, in the business planning to overcome.
So, moving from a global focus to an individual focus, I would love to know more about you. Starting with, you are in such a senior position and you have been in this industry for 2 decades. How have you been able to break the glass ceiling? Do you attribute it to your nature or are there other interventions?
It's a really good question, Hari. So thanks for it. So I would say, looking back to my experience, I would say that I started to play the game as a standard. So how leader, doesn't matter if male or female leader, would need to be recognized in our market, right? So then I use my strength, like execution, so the objective mindset and so on. I think I'm a really good communicator. I developed these skills during my career. But I would say that now, how I really break my style, or really change my style using my female strength, would be 3 years ago, when I really assess my potential and as a female leader. So how we can lead teams through empathy, also being human, caring, caring in terms of, okay, how we can care to our talents and develop them in the best way. I think as a female leader, we have a really good capacity to act as an active listening. So we are good listeners. So I would say that it's amazing skill to have to be used by us, explored in our business environment. I would say that 3 years ago, as I said before, I simply wake up for this kind of potential that we have as a woman, and then we are, of course, much more confident about your skills that it's completely different than others. So one advice that I would say to all of you women and leaders, please be aware about your strength as a female leader and explore even more your potentials. So that's don't be shy about your differences. Exactly opposite. Explore even more your differences as a woman.
Make sure you know what your strengths are and then utilize them.
Absolutely.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy to be different, because exactly what we are talking about, diversity, right? So our capacity to be sensitive should be valued from the market.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as a last question, what comes next for you? Are you mindful of the glass cliff?
Yeah, I think now it's time to reflect about it, right? So it's time to self-reflect about your strength, about your next room to develop. So for me, basically, I would love to continue explore my female potential in my work environment, and also inspire other women to really fight in a good way from your spaces. So that's my next challenge and mission right now. So that's why I'm starting to be more involved in some private projects, like a book, like some speeches, in order to encourage other women to really do it. Because I think this moment, it's waking up the world for our potentialities, honestly speaking, because the world in that time need care, need some we need to be heard much more. And I think we as a women, we can offer this to the world. So then for me, my next topic is to develop even more this and spread somehow this message for all women, and especially the talented women, that all of us, we need to recognize that and be really strength each other. So that's my next challenge.